Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor. Today we're going to be doing a live, well not live, it's obviously a replay, but a coaching session for Nami during a live stream. So let's go ahead and get in here. And this is for patch 8.11, so thank you very much, Sammy, for the generous donation. If you would like a coaching session yourself, then just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. I'm more than happy to set that up for you. It's just $20 for an offline session and $25 if it's during a stream, just because it takes up a bit of stream time. But you do get it usually instantaneously, so you don't have to wait. Although, honestly, there's not much of a wait if you do it offline as well. But you also get to ask questions and interact if you're in the chat as I'm doing the stream. So as I was just telling the stream, I mean, the Nami's going to be pretty standard for 8.11. You just want to go Airy, Celerity, Mana Flow, Ban, Scorch, and then Bone Plating and Chrysalis. I don't think that's going to change on the next patch. Itemization, if your AD carry is doing well, you can rush Ardent Sensor. If they're not doing well, then you can get Redemption to help your mid laner out or your jungler out. And then, you know, if there's not a Fed Assassin on the enemy team, you can go... yeah, Redemption plus Ardent Sensor plus Mikhail's. On patch 8.12, you'll probably want to go Athene's into Ardent Sensor because they're buffing Athene's by quite a lot. If there's an assassin that's really fed, you can go Zeke's on Nami. Just because she can still win the game off of her CC. She doesn't rely as heavily on plus healing and shielding as someone like Soraka or Janna. So you can afford to get Zeke's. And the fact that she has so many slows in her kit also means that you can run people down and really take advantage of them when you have Zeke's. Whereas like someone like Janna, if you ult to trigger Zeke's, you're going to blow people back and disengage. So it's not really a good thing to get on Janna. But it's okay on Nami because your ult naturally wants to slow people down. So that your AD carry can hit them with the Zeke's buff. Okay, let's go ahead and get in here. Hey, what's up, Asnault? What's up, no sir? Tiny? Welcome. We're just doing a replay real quick at the start of the stream. Hey, what's up, Butter? Thanks, buddy. That's funny. Have I ever done, Paul asks in chat, have I ever done videos about itemization? Yes. Look under my topical guides. I have full-length videos for Enchanter itemization and, AP itemization, where I break down like the efficiency, the math, and the uses of all the popular items. So yeah, really in depth, has a lot of timestamps in it. It's great. If you can't find it, just let me know after we do this replay session. I can go find it for you. But it should be under topical guides. That's where you can find all my guides. If you just go to the main channel, just look under topical guides. There's a tab for it. Okay, good. You do have Bone Plating and Chrysalis. And that's where you can find anything that I've done under there. So I have a guide for most things. Yeah, I don't have a tank one yet. I need to do a tank one here soon. Tank itemization, but I do have the Enchanter and AP. Yeah, go up and harass them with the W. Look how scared they are. They're really scared. Like, whenever he tries to go up for a CS, see if you can just auto-attack him. And Janna's just kind of wasting her tornado. She's not trying to harass with her W. I would just walk up. Now, you want to be careful with... You don't want to W when they have a really thick wave like this, because that stuff can hurt, especially the cannon minion. But yeah, once you thin out the wave, then you should be able to go up. This guy's like deathly afraid of Draven, so you got to read that situation. Like, you can play up a lot more and probably bully this guy off lane. Look how far back he's standing in Janna. Like, they're so scared. You can really abuse him. Yeah, I want to see you walking up here and just like, anytime he tries to auto, I just want you to hit him. Try to hit the Ezreal and not the Janna, because Janna's going to have more potions. Ezreal does get potions off of Klepto, but you want to try to put the harass on their AD carry as well. Because if the support has to back, like if you force the support back with harassment, no, that's okay, but the AD carry can still CS. If you force the AD carry back, then they're going to miss CS at the tower. So it's really, whenever possible, you want to try to harass them. So yeah, I think you're playing way, way too far back here for this. Like, you're playing as though they have the Draven and a Leona or something, and you have the Ezreal. Like, they have the Ezreal. Ezreal is very, very weak early game. So you need to come up and punish them for that. Especially with Draven. Like, you can muscle up on these guys so hard. Yeah, just start hitting them. I mean, one of the big perks of Nami is you have, like, some of the best trading and harass in the early game. You know, if you don't feel comfortable going up and harassing, like, a ton early on, you might want to try out, like, Soraka or something. Because Soraka does scale better than Nami. Like, with Nami, you're paying a premium for early game harassment. You know? So if you're not really, like, leveraging that, you might as well just play a champion that scales better into the mid to late game. Someone like a Soraka, who has much stronger healing. So it seems like that's basically how you're playing this Nami, is like pretty much like Soraka, with a less efficient heal. Is that right, Rory? You a heavy baby? Daddy's fattening you up. Rory's making a cameo again, aren't you, Rory? Are you sticking your tongue out, Rory? Are you sticking your tongue out, Rory? So yeah, I think you need to just be a lot more aggressive in this lane, especially early on. Like, Janna Ezreal is probably the weakest lane you can draw up. Like, almost literally the weakest, like, mainstream lane that you can draw up right now. That's not like a troll lane. And Draven is, like, probably literally the strongest early game AD carry. If he's not, he's certainly in the conversation, so. And Nami is one of the strongest early game supports. This is like, you guys should be slaughtering them right now. Is that right, Rory? Streaming and coaching. Yeah, I got one coaching done, but I wasn't able to finish one before the stream, so we're just doing it during the stream. You didn't get pee on me this time, which is good. Good job, Rory. You didn't leak pee all over me. Yeah, and I would also take Ignite. Nice, good job. That was good. Yeah, I would also take Ignite on Nami, just because, especially with Draven, you have so much kill threat. Yeah, you have to flash that. Okay. Ha! Yeah, let him know. Approve of that message. So, like, you're winning in CS, sure. I mean, he's got sacks of gold, though. And, like, you should be up, like, 15 CS in this lane. That's one thing, definitely. I'm not sure what the elo is on this. That is one thing that you can definitely just crush people if this is like silver or bronze, is if you're just like super aggressive early on, just like very measured aggression, not like stupid aggressive like diving towers, but like you walk up every time your W's off cooldown, just a real simple point click W auto attack, walk away. If you do that over and over again, people just don't know how to handle that. You just run them out of lane. Like I said, I can just smell the fear on him. Like, you just watch him. Anytime Draven's close, this Ezreal's already, he's just looking for an excuse to run away. Like, he's so deathly scared from level 1. And so is Janna. So, like, you really have to, like, just take advantage of that. Just really abuse him for being scared like that. Is that right, Rory? Roy says, I smell their fear. Good night, Rory. She was a little grumpy when I tried to put her down for a nap earlier today, but she ended up being cool with it. Still trying to master the art of the stay-at-home dad during the summer here while I'm not teaching classes. Save on daycare costs. Every day's a little different. Some days it's really simple. You know, she just all go by the book, and then other days she just, you're like, what changed between today and yesterday? Why are you mad about the nap today, but you weren't yesterday? Yeah, you don't want to walk up like that unless you're going for a harass. Now, middle and jungle are missing right now, so you need to be careful. What'd you get on your first back? Okay, so you got Frostfang, Control Ward. You need to put that Control Ward down. Okay, nice, you got him. You have your ult? Yeah, I would have ulted, like, as soon as you bubbled. Okay, good. It worked out in the end. Like, as soon as you hit that bubble, just go ahead and ult him. It'll put that slow on him, so that way, even if he flashes, after the ult hits him, then Draven can run him down. Now, Kha'Zix is missing. Yeah, I'm guilty of doing this too, but you need to try to make sure you get those control wards down. That's an ambitious place to put a control ward, but you know what? I like it. It's good vision. Okay, there's Kha'Zix middle. Okay, so this is the point where you kind of take stock of how everyone else is doing. Teemo's actually doing all right. He's getting the correct item too, mid lane. Oh, here's the Ezreal. Is it gonna hit him? No, it's not. Whoa, please don't stay, Teemo. Anyways, y'all gotta back. You gotta back. Draven probably has like 1,000 gold, 2,000 gold. You have to buy. It's like a full item, so he should be able to come back in with like what I assume will be a Bloodthirster. Okay, well at least you know where Kha'Zix is here. Yeah, I don't know about that control ward. I would put a normal ward there if you have one. If it's a control ward, try to put it in like this bush or this bush. Somewhere in the river to help you out. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay, I don't mind that. Stormrazor, I think, is probably pretty good on him, actually. Now, I would also go Coin instead of Frostfang, especially because you're not harassing a ton. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much, Night Panther. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the sponsorship, friend. I'll send you the info after this if you want to get on the Discord. You can play during Members Night, and if I have a 30-minute dodge tonight, then if you update, if you're Night Panther or anybody else who's either a PayPal member or a YouTube channel sponsor, if you get a PvE account, you just go to google.com, you know, Google, and look up League PvE, and you'll see something that says League PvE sign up. You just sign up for it. It's free. But you have to download. It's a separate client that you download and update. It doesn't take that long, but you got to do it. It'll probably take like 5 or 10 minutes. But that's where I'm going to do my dodges now if I have a 30-minute dodge, because it has all of the champions and it gives us a chance to test out stuff on the PvE. So if you're interested in that, if you, you know, if you play in North America and you have a, you want to get a PvE count, then whenever I do those dodges, I'll take some sponsors and members to play in that game too if they want to, because why not? You know, if we're playing a normal anyways to try stuff out while we're timed out, then we might as well. But yeah, I'll send you the Discord info here in just a minute. So for anyone else interested in that, I think you're gonna die here. Okay, good flash. Just run, just run. It's just too scary. Just Kha'Zix can like go invisible and he's gonna jump on you. Probably. No, don't. Just don't. Just run. God. Okay, y'all got him. That's good. Okay, so here's my point I was trying to make about Frostfang, though. Like, you guys are stomping this lane, right? Like, you're crushing them. Draven's 3-0. You haven't died. You just took their tower. You know, you're up 20 CS. And you still don't have your wards yet. Wah, wah, wah. So this is one reason that I really don't like Frostfang on Enchanters right now, is because it just takes... That was really cool. I've never noticed that back animation, like the sushi grab. Is that it just takes forever to get your wards, and this is why I like coins so much more. Like, you're almost guaranteed to get your wards by 10 minutes. Awesome. Thanks so much, Nightpan. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so that's kind of the issue, and that's why I go coin a lot of times on Nami, is because it's just ridiculous how long it takes. Now, if you were harassing a lot more with your W and auto attacks in lane, kind of like what I'm suggesting, then you probably could have had your wards by like 10 minutes, but... You know, sometimes that's just hard to do for whatever reason. right? I mean, sometimes you're not really sure about the matchup, or the jungler's camping you, or whatever. So I think early aggro would definitely help here. And especially with kind of what I'm seeing as sort of your playstyle, I think that coin would definitely suit you if you don't feel comfortable or confident enough to harass a lot early on. If you're still trying to, you know, figure out the matchups a little bit and sort of working on your positioning and working on your, you know, your macro and watching the map and stuff. If you're not really like being that aggressive early, then coin is absolutely 100% the way to be. But even if you are really aggressive early, like, if I'm playing in a game that's silver or bronze, I'm, like, ridiculously aggressive early on with Nami. I'm pretty aggressive anyways, most of the time with Nami, but even if you are triggering Spell Thieves a lot, it takes a while to unlock. And Moby Boots are okay. It's kind of similar to Spell Thieves. If you're not actively roaming around, making a lot of plays, like, in side lanes, then I think you're better off just going Ionian Boots. It gives you a lot more cooldown early. It gives you lower cooldown on your flashes. And oh wow, you could turn on him right now. Probably. You're probably dead. Yeah, I probably would have just run out of there. You guys don't have enough vision here. And your team's nowhere around. So yeah, if you were probably out of wards, but try to get a control ward and see if you can get control of this bush, and then put this ward like over here a little bit more so you can see this intersection. And then just anytime you're thinking about like getting into a situation where your team might, like a big fight might break out, just take a quick look at the minimap and make sure that you're going to have numbers. There's a huge wave bottom also. You need to tell your team that's like 200 gold. So right now everybody's kind of A-ramming middle, and I think that's sort of the default. Okay. Heal him? Okay, good. Perfect. Yeah, got him. Just run. Okay. What Darius is really dangerous. Even though he's behind a lot. He still is Darius, so we gotta be very careful with that. Exhaust. See, one kind of issue with exhaust in this matchup too is like a lot of times you're not going to be able to exhaust Ezreal. This guy is E'ing forward a lot, but like in theory, Ezreal has pretty long range. Veigar has pretty long range. You're not going to be able to exhaust those guys probably. So like your only like good exhaust target is going to be Kha'Zix. So yeah, I'd probably just roll with Ignite here. And I wouldn't complete Watchers either. Like, you just really don't need that fourth ward unless they're actively clearing your wards. And I don't think they are from what I've seen. They're not, like, not really contesting you. Nice. I don't think you're placing that many wards either. Like, try to place more wards. How many do you have right now? Yeah, you have 3 wards. You're gonna burn out. Okay, so let's back up just a step here. So you've got a lot of wards. So you need to have more wards down. Yeah, 1 right there is good. Put 1 here. You have 3 more. Unless that's a glitch. It looks like you have 3. Maybe that's a glitch or something. Is that right, Rory?
Sorry.
Yeah, just get out of there. Okay, he flashed on you.
So if the cutest, pudgiest Power Ranger, you will stop.
That's right. I think once he flashes on you, you have to exhaust. The exhaust won't stop your the true damage, but it will help a lot against the bleed. Right, Rory? It's a pudgy pink Power Ranger. Gotta call her Pudgy while we can before we give her a complex if she's a teenager and we call her Pudgy.
Well, she's pudgy right now because she just ate and had a whole lot of milk. and her belly gets so big when she's full.
It's pretty funny how much bigger her stomach gets when she eats.
Yes. She's
than like a normal person.
Completely flat when she wakes up, and then, or if she hasn't eaten in a while, and then it's just like huge.
That's right.
If she has just eaten. She's also wearing 2 diapers and a diaper cover.
Nice.
So she's got a big booty right now. Big old booty.
Yeah, I think I like going Ardent here just because Draven's doing pretty well, and I'd probably just go Redemption next in this game. So there's a lot of team fights going down. Yeah, don't go there. There's no point. Dragon's down. Nobody's close. Okay, I mean, I guess y'all baited him there, but... There we go. Oh, no. It's a choke. It's a choke. Here you go, Lori. Okay, so let's back up there.
And to show Daddy's friends your pajamas.
That's right, we had to show her the Power Ranger pajamas. Good night. Like, you know it's warded, because you see that? Or that it's like a Vagar, it kind of looks like a ward. But yeah, like, there's no reason to go in there. If you just look at the mini-map, no one else is anywhere close. Like, I guess Kane is, but you know all 5 of them are there, because they just did the dragon. So, you gotta say to yourself, well, what am I gonna accomplish walking up and throwing this bubble? Like, there's a 0% chance you're killing anybody. They're all healthy. You know, there's just no, there's no reward there. It's just all risk. So you gotta take stock of that stuff a little bit and think it over, think it through. You're like, okay, if I go here, just pause and think for a second. If I do this, what's the risk-reward profile look like? Is it worth? Jeez. Get him, Timo. Ooh. Man, Vagar, I tell you what, Vagar's getting real scary right now. You might actually want to audible and go for a Mikhail's, honestly. So you can get people out of that Vagar stun. I don't know. Yeah, don't chase him. He's going to get away. Just get this tower. You need to be dropping wards, like ward, just wards everywhere. Like whenever you're walking somewhere, you need to be putting down wards. Especially if you have the 4 ward item. That's a lot of gold, you know, to complete that item. You know, it's like an extra 900 gold, 1,000 gold, something like that. I don't remember the exact cost of it, because I never get the upgraded AP one, hardly ever. But it's around 1,800 gold total, so I think it's like another like 1,000 gold off of the 850 base on Frostfang. So it really needs to be worth. Like you really need to have that need that 4th ward, right? Like you do get some extra AP, you get some health and stuff off of it, but you got to keep in mind like the enchanter items are supremely powerful with their actives. Like they're so strong. They're so strong they're nerfing them next patch a little bit, right? So like your Redemption, your Ardent Sensor, your Mikhail's, all of those are so strong. They're way more than just the raw stats on their items. So that's why it's not worth it to go Eye of the Watchers. Even though the stats are like okay on it, it's just like you could have had half of a Redemption, you know, for that 1,000 gold. Right? Like you could have had this Ardent Sensor could have been done, you know, 7 minutes ago. Hey, what's up, Bryant? Rory! Yeah. Rory's here chilling. We're just doing a coaching session really quick. I meant to get to this last night, and Sammy was really generous and said I could do it tonight. I did another coaching for Jens off stream, and then I did the PvE guide today, and then I had a bunch of stuff going on, so I wasn't able to get to this, unfortunately, off stream. So I just figured at the very beginning, while we're kind of getting people to come in, we just go ahead and knock this stream out, or knock this coaching session out here. And then I'll check out the chat. I'm glancing at it every now and then, but I'm going to check out the chat a little bit more after this. Scott asked, thoughts on this developing play? Anything but an ADC bot meta in high elos, people banning Lucian and Ezreal and then taking top laners. I haven't seen a lot of that, honestly. Are we back in like a Ziggs 80 carry meta or something? I haven't seen it. I think there are a lot of good AD carry, or not a lot, but awesome. Thank you so much, Lazy B, for the sponsor. I really appreciate it. If you'll send me, I forgot to mention this for the other sponsor a second ago. I can scroll up and get it, but if you're a sponsor and you don't have Discord info yet, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com, and then I'll email you the Discord info. Okay, let's look at this positioning here. Sorry, I'll answer the chat questions here in just a second. A little bit more chat. I want to make sure we focus up. I think this game's about at an inflection point here. Yeah, y'all just need to run out of this right now. Just because you have one person dead, it's a 4v5. It's a 3v5 because Teemo's not even there. So yeah, do not walk through here. Some of this could be warded. No. Like, you might be thinking, I'm going to bait him for Kayn, but the problem is, like, they could all be there, you know? And there's Darius. I think they both going to get top killed. So, like, the thing is, like, you don't know where they are, but you know 100% that your team's nowhere close. So that's kind of the risk-reward thing again, where you know that, like, they could be in here. This stuff could be warded. They could be anywhere in here. They're going to be somewhere near here, probably, because where else are they going to be, you know? They're pushed into their base, so... But yeah, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com, and then I'll email you back with a link to the Discord. Okay. And then if you are a member, as I talked about a little bit ago, what are you getting? Athene's here? I don't know about that on this patch. Like, Athene's is okay on 8.11. Athene's is going to be really good next patch, 8.12, because they're increasing the what you call it, the transaction rate, the conversion rate from 25% to 35% on the damage to heal, which is nice. You need to be real. He's going to one-shot you. Yeah, so once again, this is kind of a similar thing, right, where you don't know where they are. Actually, y'all pretty much knew where they were. Like, you all knew they were in the area, right? Like, you know 100% that one of your people is dead, and you know that Illaoi is top with no teleport if you tab and look. So you just gotta pause and just think. Just say, okay, look, we know there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see all 5 of them. There's just 2 people here. You know Kayn's over here doing red. You know Illaoi's over here. You know Teemo's dead. There's no teleport. So y'all need to be thinking, like, code red, like, we need to get out of here. Because if they kill you here, then if they kill both of you, they either get a tower or a Baron. Like, something really bad's gonna happen. So you need to be thinking, okay, we need to get out of here. So, like, you can't really make a play on that because you know other people are there. Like, if you had full vision and, like, let's say we knew that 4 people were top chasing Illaoi and you want to make that play, sure. Because it's only going to be Veigar. Maybe. I don't know. Veigar's really strong. He's, like, 13-2. He might be able to kill both of you anyways. But that would be more, like, feasible. But, yeah, when they have backup, once again... So you kind of have to learn how to see the unseen, right? You have to... They were actually literally seen there. But in general, like... Whenever you're going to go in, you need to make sure that they aren't going to be there. So just pause, look around a little bit before you engage, and just assume that they're not alone unless you know where the other people are on the map. Just assume they have backup. And then also just sort of structurally, as games progress, if you're ahead, this is what makes it so hard to close out games, particularly in like Silver and Bronze. Even in Platinum, like it's really hard to close out games. And the reason is like, okay, good ult. Kind of hang out in the back. Okay, Draven's here. It's kind of a rough way to start a fight because Draven wasn't there, but it worked out because Illaoi's really strong. guys. Get tower. So, structurally, the team that's losing gets pushed into their base, right? They get pushed out of their jungle. They get, you know, their options become fewer and fewer, right? As they fall further and further behind, they're just all forced to be in their base. But this forces them to group because they can't go and do anything else on the map because they're losing and they're pushed in. So what happens in a lot of games is the enemy team's going to be grouped because they have to be, because there's nothing else they can do, versus like the winning team will be spread out. So you might have a random person over here farming golems, you know, a random person like taking blue, a random person over here farming wolves, someone pushing middle. You know, everybody can be spread out on the winning team because you control the entire map, right? So you could be anywhere doing anything on the map. Versus the losing team, they're all going to be tightly packed in. So without even thinking about it, they're just naturally going to be grouped. And this is why they almost always have superior numbers. Is because they're naturally grouped all the time. Whereas your team has way more temptations for people not to be grouped. So you got to keep that in mind, that whenever you're fighting somebody on a team that's pushed in, it's going to be 5 people, like 99% of the time. They might actually, yeah, they're on Barons. This is bad. They see all of you down here pushing. Yeah, and they're going to back. You might get this tier 2, maybe. That's not worth, though. I probably would have gone over to try to... You can't fight them at Baron, but you can maybe defend, like, just ward and just run around and just kind of... You need to watch out for this guy, though. This guy's caught you several times. Do not walk up to him. Okay, well, he just basically suicided. Yeah, so try to stay further range away as well. I would back up here. I mean, look at the map. There's 2 people over here, right? So even though you just killed somebody, it feels like you have an advantage, but you don't, because these 2 people might as well be dead in respect to this fight. Illaoi does have TP, but yeah, just stall so they can get that inhibitor, I guess. Okay. Yeah, keep pushing. If they're all rotating over there, warn them though. Ping back and say they're all coming. So let them know. Save your bubble also. I've seen this several times. Try to save your bubble defensively. So wait until someone tries to dive, like your AD carry or something. That would be well, that would have been a good place to bubble. Just get this inhibitor. Don't worry about chasing them. Oh, gosh. Let's get the inhibitor. Walk up here. Stay away from the Veigar. Like, just know Veigar is going to cage the high threats. Like, he's going to cage her. Just stay back. This is where Mikhails, I think, would be better, because if someone gets caged, you can Mikhails them out. He might be able to kill him with just an ult at this point, but maybe not. We got 2 new sponsors.
Yay!
Yeah.
We also got a new follower, Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle, for following.
On Twitter.
My wife is the social media master.
I'm not sure when he followed, but
she's running the tweets. Okay, let's speed this up a little bit here.
are you still coaching?
Still coaching. Okay, that's bad. Timo got picked. Okay, so y'all need to chill. Like, as soon as somebody dies, you just need to back up and chill and just wait on them. This is, you're watching me live commenting on a replay, Nigel. This is a coaching session that I'm doing. Sometimes I'll do, like, maybe one of these per stream. I do a lot of them off stream, but I was, like, super busy today. You know, taking care of daughter, and then I had a guide that I released, or not a guide, but, like, a commentary on the 8.12 support changes that I released earlier today. So I had a lot of other stuff going on, so I'm just doing one coaching session just to start the stream, and then it's ranked from here on out tonight. Yeah, but we're coaching the Nami here. Okay, yeah, good catch. No, you can't be the front line. Don't front line. Don't front line as Nami. So like what you want to do is try to speed your allies up. Use E on them. Like remember that all of your abilities speed up allies. Even your bubble, if you... This isn't always relevant, but if you bubble your own ally, then it speeds them up. So that's something that you can do if you're trying to chase people down. You can bubble your own ally, put the E on them, use your heal on them, and just space those out about 1.5 seconds, and you'll give them a lot of extra movement speed over time to catch up. So that's really what you want to do, is you want to be like helping your allies run them down, but you don't personally want to be on the front line, especially against something like a Veigar. Teemo is actually going the sort of correct build. You don't need Rylai's on Teemo because your mushrooms already provide a slow. But other than that, at least he got Leandri's Void Staff. Those are the 2 important items.
Thanks, Bryant, for the Twitter follow.
Yeah, thanks so much, Bryant. Bryant also became a sponsor, so Bryant's balling today. Okay, so we're chilling. Getting Redemption next. Okay, I like that. Once again, I think Mikhail's would be very good here if you remember to use it. And I'm saying that honestly because a lot of times, a lot of people will get something like a Mikhail's or like a Redemption and they'll just forget to use it in fights. I've forgotten to use it, like, or I've been too slow with it before, right? Like sometimes, you know, I'm a little slow. But I think that, no, run away from Kha'Zix. Right, you need to ping them, let them know that he's flanking and you need to run. Yeah, y'all are about to die. This is gonna be pretty bad. Unless they all just like face check this Alawi in the bush. No. Okay, I'll speed this up a little bit more. So yeah, this is getting really Fiesta. Like they're always grouped. That's the story, right? They keep picking people off, and then they're grouped, and your team isn't grouped. So you gotta wait on people to group. Drop a mushroom right on his face.
Play Mario?
Mario? Oh yeah, for the mushroom. Playing Teemo, this is what Rory's gonna look like soon.
Yep.
He's got a little spyglass or something.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
He's taking a nap.
I thought he was just like, oh, victorious, but he's not.
Red team double kill.
He's taking a nap. Veigar put him to sleep. 20 seconds with his dark magic. Okay. Yeah, shot calling is really important too. Like, you gotta stop the Fiesta. You gotta tell people, like, hey, wait, just ping back. Because here's the thing, a lot of people understand the correct call if they hear it, but they're just not gonna think about it on their own. Especially in bronze or silver. You know, like, if you say, hey, we have 4 people back up and ping back, just wait on somebody. Then they'll say, oh, okay, and a lot of times they'll back up. Some people won't, but more people than you would suspect will. The problem is they're just not even thinking, right? They see on their screen that somebody died, but it doesn't process in their mind, oh, it's 4v5, you know, we shouldn't do that. Like, they'll just see people on the map, and they'll say, oh, fight, you know? They'll say, or, you know, they'll say, oh, it looks like they're out of position, we can pick this person off, you know, when the other 4 people could be just right around the corner. So that's where you gotta help them out with the shot calling. Say, hey, wait. Just wait until we get 5 people and then we can do this, right? You need to be extremely careful with this Veigar. If he drops a trap in the cage in here, no one else is here. This looks like a throw to me. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I would just do this plant. I would just go fight them. They have open inhibitors. Like, okay, Teemo did kill the Darius. You need a control word here. I wouldn't ever do this without a control word. You need to be buying more control words too. That's another sort of aside here, but like, Kha'Zix, I would not trust your jungler to. He got it, but like, it's so risky. Like, do you really want the game to come down to like who presses smite like 1/100 of a second faster? I wouldn't feel comfortable trusting my jungler to do that. I don't care what rank they are. Because there's just no need to take that risk. I would just, like, leave and just go kill the jungler. Or something, you know, or just bait him. Like, it worked out in the end, but there will be a lot of games where it will not work out. Is you really don't want to have a smite fight, because I don't really, I mean, I don't care what anybody says. Most smite fights, it's not skill. It's just, so much of it is just luck. Like, who just happens to have, you know, like 1/100th of a second faster ping or reflexes or something, you know. It's so fast, like, the difference between who presses the smite or not. It's, if it is skill, it's very, very limited skill for most people. Now, maybe if it's like a Korean, like Peanut or something, you know, like a Korean super jungler, maybe they can, like, consistently steal, you know, 70% of the time, but most of the time, it's just going to be a coin flip, and you don't want the game to come down to a coin flip. What level? Okay, so he's level 17. What do we got here? Have Redemption, and then you're going to go Mikhail's after that. That's okay, I suppose. You lose the passive on the Mikhail's, but it doesn't matter at this point in the game. Man, this is a freaking grinder of a game, huh? Really long one. Alright, so y'all get Elder, you have 3 inhibitors. Okay, so just group up and walk up middle. Yeah, another thing is Kane's a lower level. Like, Kane's 16 and Kha'Zix was 17 when they did it, so Kha'Zix is going to have, like, a larger smite. So yeah, that's one thing I would definitely work on here. I don't know, man. Look, I think if I'm remembering this correctly, I think this is like a bronze game. Like, Sammy, this is either bronze or silver or something. Like, there's going to be a lot of mistakes, but the thing you got to keep in mind is everybody's making mistakes, right? Everybody's making mistakes, so it's fair in that sense. Yeah. How many are dead? You have 2 dead. They have... Like, this cage is just wrecking you guys so hard. This is why I think the Mikhail's earlier would have been a really good idea. The thing is, y'all don't have to fight them. Like, just let the super minions walk in. Do kind of what Teemo's here. It's just like, hang out, heal the Teemo up, heal Teemo. Press W on him. Just don't fight them, just distract them. And just let the super minions, you know, go to work. Now, it is 3v5, so you definitely do not want to, like, actually fight him. Watch out for Veigar's cage. Like, this zone right here, you're in his zone. Do not get in his zone. Just stay out of, like, 800 range of Veigar. Just give him, like, maximum... No, it's too close. Just don't bubble him, just do not interact with him. Just stay away from him. Yeah, y'all might be dead here. Y'all got caught. Yeah, so when it was 5v5 up here, y'all shouldn't have even tried to fight the Veigar. Just let the super minions walk all the way in until they're just, like, flooded on the tower, and then just slowly crush them. But they got to fight you before the supers were flooded in there, was the major issue. So you didn't get to take advantage of those supers. Those supers hurt, too. If there's a lot of super minions standing around people, and you guys start fighting and those supers start hitting them, like, they do a lot of damage. I mean, that thing hits for 446 damage, pre-mitigation, right? Okay, so what I want you to do here, first off, wait on Teemo. He's got to get those wolves, you know, because you got to have the wolves at 42 minutes when there's 3 inhibitors down. Everybody, like, Draven's flashing forward to try to kill Veigar. It's like... Just let the super minions walk in. Got Illaoi, like, basically diving towers. Y'all end up losing this. I'm gonna be real sad if you lose. Okay, it turns the chair.
You just need to be stronger.
be an easier solution.
False.
Yeah, so this is where you need to like direct your team and just say, you know, just walk, just let the super minions walk in, just type like, don't fight. Watch out for Vhagar. I mean, the guy has literally 31 kills. I mean, it doesn't matter at a certain point. Like, once he had 20, he was at 6 items, so it really doesn't matter. Anything beyond that is just whatever, but... I think we're almost kind of near the end here. Yeah, this is it's a marathon. Yeah, there you go. Speed them up. Okay. Get the inhibitors. Who's dead? Okay. Teemo's dead. Kha'Zix is dead. Y'all need to run. Run, 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 run. Keep running. You might be dead here. Maybe not. I would clean up the side lanes and go for Baron. Let's clean up those side lanes. They're gonna push up middle and try to go for Baron, probably. Draven's bottom, which is really bad. Kha'Zix is probably gonna go kill him right now. I don't know if y'all can do Baron without him. Okay. He backed at the right time. It's good. Okay, Teemo's zoning for you, so I feel a little more comfortable with this one, because at least you have good vision of where they are. Teemo's kind of blocking for you, but Ilaoi's just inting, which is bad. You just know she's going to type, like, Worth or something in chat, too. But it's not. It's really almost not worth it to have somebody with a 60-second death timer. Oh! You have ult? Stand back. You're getting too close on these fights. Game. No, don't fight him. Don't. Just run. Oh, yeah. I think they might walk it up here. Okay. The Teemo Shrooms. Doing some work. Just randomly walk over here. Go get the wolves, Vhagar. Go get the wolves, buddy. Yeah, I think... Yeah, that's it. So, I mean, the big story of that game was people just didn't group and they just kept trying to fight, whereas you could have just walked in the tower. Okay, so the biggest takeaways, I think, there are be more aggressive early on, use your W a lot more, buy more control wards, get more vision around the map. As far as, like, your itemization, I would highly consider going Ionian and Coin. Those are just kind of better default items. Like, you really only want mobility if you're rotating a lot to the side lanes and you're making a lot of proactive plays. If you're just kind of hanging out with your team most of the time, Ionians are just going to be better. It gives you the 10% CDR faster and more flashes, more ignites, more exhausts, whatever you choose to take. And then Coin just gives you way more gold as the game goes on, and it gives you more guaranteed access to your wards faster in the game. So that's a big thing. I think positioning is a huge deal in team fights. Like, a lot of times you're on the front line. You want to stay really far back, because that's one of the big perks of Nami is you can hang really far back and still be very effective, right? So you can, like, cast your wave on somebody, your ally, from, like, 725 back, you know, off of your tank, and it'll still bounce around and hit everybody. You know, you can put your E on somebody at, like, 1,000 range away and play really far back. So don't go for, like, the hero bubbles. Like, don't try to bubble their backline. Don't try to bubble Vhagar or Ezreal or whatever. Save that bubble for their front line. Save the bubble for when Kha'Zix tries to dive in, for when Darius tries to flash in. That's who you want to bubble. So you want to use your bubble to peel. I know a lot of times, you know, it can look really nice if you hit their carry with a bubble. Like, if you chain that together with other CC, then it can be good. So if you have, like, an Ashe on your team and Ashe uses her arrow and hits the Vhagar on the backline, then you can bubble him if he's standing still. But a lot of times you're just putting yourself really far out of position, exposing yourself to use that bubble in that way. So don't do that. Don't go for the super bubble. Just hang out in the back and just use it to peel. It's kind of similar to, I just did a Zyra coaching session. It's too telegraphed and easy to dodge when you're walking up like that. You want to wait until people are distracted, when they're trying to dive, when they're trying to kill the Draven and they're not watching you, they're watching the Draven. That's when you want to hit them with that bubble. So use those ranges. Like Nami has really long ranges. Just try to stay max range at all times with your abilities and just let your front line do their thing, right? And I think getting Mikhail's would have been really good. If you remember to use it fast enough, Mikhail's is really good against Vhagar because you can cleanse people out of that cage, which is really important. So yeah, and it's really nice with Nami too. If you go like Ardent or Redemption, Mikhail's, that's a lot of plus healing and shielding because the 20% off of Mikhail's scales on Redemption, you get triple the benefit from it. So anyways, hopefully this helps you out, Sammy. I got it recorded just in case you don't watch it live. I'll post it up on the channel. Pretty good gameplay overall. I think shot calling is a final big thing I would work on. Is just tell your team, like, hey, don't fight. Someone just died. It's 4v5. Just ping them back. Say 4v5. Don't fight. You know, when the super minions are all flooding into their base, just say don't fight. Let the supers walk in. Because all you guys had to do is just walk in with the supers. But, like, what happened was you would fight them before the supers got there, so the supers might as well not even be there because they're not able to help you out because they're, like, stalled out, you know, over here. So just push all the waves up and just wait until there's, like, 12 super minions flooding around their nexus. Then if they fight you, so they have a choice then, either fight you and lose the game or don't fight you and lose the game, right? Because the supers will be all over their base. But they were able to push out the supers to, like, the edge of their base. And then y'all just, like, you had Draven, like, flashing in. Now, yeah, can you stop Draven from flashing in and doing that? No, you can't, like, hack his keyboard and make him not do that. But if you just say, just wait, I'll guarantee you people will listen to that. At least sometimes. Even if they only listen half the time, that's still more than 0%, right? So just tell people, don't fight, wait. You know, it's so powerful. If you just... Because people know, I think people intuitively know that. They just get caught up in the moment. There's like, oh, there's somebody, go kill him, you know? And they're not thinking like, oh, if we just waited, or, you know, it's a 4v5, maybe we should wait. You know, so I think a lot of people, when you tell them the right play, they recognize it, but they just won't think of it on their own. Okay, so that's going to be it for the coaching video. The stream's going to continue. We're going to get into some ranked here. So thank you all very much for hanging out with me as we go through that. Hopefully you guys learn a little bit off of that. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea to watch a coaching session on a stream, but we don't do it that often. It's just every now and then. So we'll go ahead and get into the ranked here. So thanks again to Sammy. I really appreciate it. And thanks to the new sponsors as well. Like I said, if you just send me that email at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com, then I'll send you the Discord info. But yeah, that's going to be it. So thanks, Sammy. Stream's going to continue, but that's it for this individual coaching replay. Remember, as a final note for people just watching the recorded video, if you want a coaching session, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. It's just $20 for an offline session. If you want to become a channel member through the PayPal, it's just $15, and it's just $5 to become a channel member. So if you do the math there, 15 plus 5, it's basically a free channel membership for a month, if you're interested in that. And that gives you access to the Discord. You can come out and play with us on Tuesdays. You can vote on the straw poll for which champions that I play, if I have a 30-minute dodge during the week. Mr. Magpie, one of our admins for the Discord, does a $10 RP giveaway every month. And we're just constantly trying to add on more and more features to make the community more interactive, more fun. So be sure to check that out if you're interested. And that's going to be it. Thank you very much.